The problem with a lot of hair dryers is that the attachments can fall off really quickly. And that's what happened with this one. The plastic broke off and now I can't use my attachments on it. And a lot of the times they don't look that great. So hopefully all these issues are gonna be solved with the Forte Series Pro Dryer from YouTuber Alex Costa. I've used some of his hair products, his clay. It's pretty decent. And when he said that he was going to be releasing a hair dryer, I was super excited because it looks very stylish and he actually made the attachments magnetic. So now hopefully there won't be an issue where the plastic breaking means you can't use your attachments. And it was also relatively affordable for a pretty good looking hair dryer. I know you can get some really expensive looking ones and this one was around 80 bucks. So it's not too bad for a quality looking hair dryer, and it came with a free hair thickening spray, which I may give a chance to as well. I don't really use thickening spray. I haven't really been styling my hair, as you can probably tell, that much, but I still like to dry my hair with the dryer because it's very thick and it can take a long time to dry, and if you just let it air dry, it can look worse than it looks now. So I'm really excited to open this up and get this get this as my new hair dryer. So on the back it says it has overheating protection, it reduces hair frizz, it is foldable and lightweight, and it has a hairstyle locking cool shot, which is good. So when you're drying your hair after using the heat, if you want to lock in your hairstyle, you blast it with some cold air and should lock it in. I learned that from Alex Costa actually himself, so that's what he's taught me and that's what he's promising this can do. So let's open this up and see what we actually get in here. And first thing you see is when you open it up, you get the dryer over here, you get the diffuser here, a little pamphlet, and then the little target nozzle. I don't know what the exact term for that is. This is the diffuser one though, to make your hair curly and stuff, and this is the one to, if you want to target it and make your hair straight. That's usually what I like to use. And the pamphlet, I guess, is just a little instruction manual. It tells you how to use a hairdryer, but I think we can figure that out on our own. So let's pull out the attachments. So the first one here is it's the diffuser. It looks pretty nice, pretty big, so this should fit your dryer pretty well and cover a lot of surface area for getting those curls or those waves if you want to get that. And then the little target nozzle, which is in here as well, which looks very nice. It looks a little bit bigger than the one I used before, or maybe it's the same size. No, they're about the same size. But it looks good. And then the dryer itself, which I think, again, is designed really well. I think he put a lot of thought into the design at least, and I hope that it actually is very strong as well. But, you know, since he's like all about hair, I'm assuming that he would have gone through the effort of making sure that his hair dryer is going to be top notch. And, you know, again, I've used his hair products before and they're pretty good, so I'm sure that him and his team have put in a lot of effort into this. And even if it's not as strong, I have to say that the design is just pretty great. There's not a lot of good looking hair dryers out there. A lot of them tend to look kind of feminine, which, you know, is totally fine because I think, you know, most of the time women use hair dryers, but it's nice to have one that looks a little bit more gender neutral, or maybe even leaning a little bit more masculine with the black and white. And look at that, it looks really, really good, and I'm really pumped to use this. Let's see what this actually does. So it has an arrow on the side. I don't know what that arrow is for, but maybe it can bend because it said it was foldable, right? So let's see how that works here. So yeah, so it actually bends like this, and it folds in such a compact form factor, which is incredible. And this means you can take this traveling with you pretty seamlessly. That is very thoughtful. And let's twist it. You twist it back and it snaps back into place. So that's amazing. Let's try the magnetic attachment. So like I said, these are supposed to be magnetic, so they should just click on. That's the back. This is the front. There we go. And it snaps in very well. It's gonna stay in there. It comes off relatively easily, but if you're gonna be hair drying like this, it should be fine. Let's try the other one. I don't really use a diffuser like I said, so let's try this one here. And you can just see, you just snap it on like this and it attaches. And it's pretty easy to turn, so you can choose the direction you want, which is great. I mean, that's This solves so many of my issues that I had with my previous hairdryer since the plastic broke. The other thing I'm hoping is that this is relatively quiet. I know it's kind of hard to make a hairdryer quiet because it's just literally blowing air, but I think the motor or whatever sort of mechanism that is used to actually push the air, hopefully that can be a little bit quieter than my current one because it's kind of loud. But again, even if it's not, it already has so much more positives in terms of the design, the way it looks, the fact that these are magnetic, and the fact that this is foldable, that I'm already happier than I was with my previous one. And it was so affordable as well for a really good looking hairdryer. So last thing is, let's just plug it in and see what this sounds like. Hopefully it sounds kind of quiet, but we'll see what it actually sounds like. I will admit I will be a little bit disappointed if it's louder than my older one, because that one is pretty loud. But there's only one way to find out, so let's go ahead and let me plug this in over here. All right, so this is plugged in. One thing I also noticed is that this is not using like the traditional plug that hairdryers have, where you have the reset button and the yellow button on them in case like it overloads your socket or what. I don't know the technical term for it, but basically like if you plug this into a plug and it like overloads it, you have to click the reset button. This hairdryer doesn't have that, so I'm wondering if it's less powerful than most hairdryers or if it just consumes less power maybe. But let's go ahead and turn it on and see what this feels like. So there are 3 options. At the very top is a level 2, then there's a level 1, and then there is a cold button, and then I think this is the off button, right? So this looks like cool. The one above it would be like a medium heat, and then the 2 would be like a high heat. Now the only issue with this is that you can't customize it as much as you could with my previous hairdryer, where you could set the heat and the speed. So it seems like the speed of the fan is going to be the same for all levels, and you're just changing the heat with this. So let's go ahead and turn it on and see what that feels like. It was a little bit loud for sure. That was the cool setting, but what's really cool about when you're on the cool setting is that it turns blue. So go ahead and take a look at this. I'm gonna turn it on. It's gonna be very loud, so I'm really sorry about that, but look at the color inside. Okay, so now I'm on the level 1, which would be like the medium heat. This is level 2, which is the high heat. So I guess it just always turns blue no matter what level you're on. I thought it would change colors depending on what level you're on to signify the heat. But it doesn't. But whatever, the blue looks cool. Also, I don't know if you can notice, but when I went from level 1 to level 2, the speed of the fan picked up as well. And I don't know if the heat changed or not, but the speed definitely changed. So I guess they're taking into account they're changing the speed for you based on these different levels, so they're kind of simplifying the hair drying process for you. I'm gonna go test it out really quick again just to see if I can tell a difference, and then I'll report back. Okay, so I went ahead and tested it out. It's definitely a pretty loud hairdryer, but again, you know, that's kind of what you expect with a hairdryer. They're gonna be loud because it's blowing air and it's a motor that's blowing it, so it's gonna be a little bit loud. What I noticed is that the fan speed of the cold and level 2 are, I think, identical, so they're pretty fast. It's like the higher fan speed. The temperature between 2 and 1 are both the same heat from what I could tell. So it's the same level of heat. The difference is just the fan speed, so how forceful the fan is coming out, or how forceful the air is coming out. So level 2 is like a higher fan speed, and level 1 is a lower fan speed. And then level 2 and cold have the same fan speed, but just one is cold and one is warm. But so it doesn't seem like you can change the temperature of the warmth, and then the cold, of course, is just cold air. So it's definitely a little bit more simplistic than other hair dryers that are out there, which, you know, I'm not sure if I like that or not until I actually use it every day. For the most part, I don't use the highest heat setting on my hair dryer. It's too hot, I think, for me, and it doesn't seem like this hairdryer uses the highest heat setting that you would get on like a normal hairdryer. It uses like the second highest heat setting, which I think is better for me. I'm not sure if most people enjoy that, but I think it's better for your hair as well. So I actually appreciate that. But, you know, once in a while I do want to use a little bit more heat and a lower fan speed just to, you know, get some of the back of my hair, which is really thick and takes a little bit longer to dry, so it needs to penetrate a lot more. So we'll see if this is going to be more efficient or not. But regardless, you know, first impressions, I am very happy with this. and I can't wait to start blow drying my hair again because I haven't been able to for a little bit. But before we go, I'll just go ahead and open up this thickening spray as well. So this is a complimentary thickening spray that came with my purchase of the hairdryer. I don't know if this promotion is still going on or not, but at least at the time when I bought it, which is like a week or maybe a couple weeks ago now, this was something that you could get with the hairdryer for free. So let me go ahead and open this up, and here you go. So they have changed the packaging from when I last purchased a hair product from Forte, and I think it looks fantastic. And it's just a little spray, I guess, to thicken your hair. I don't know how to use it. Oh, it has instructions here. It says, blow dry the roots while lifting your hair up with fingers or a comb. Oh, here, usage direction. Spray 3 to 5 times at the roots into clean, towel-dried hair. Use a comb or fingers to lift sections of your hair as you blow dry, and then use your styling product of choice to complete your look. So I guess you just spray it at the roots, you blow dry, and it should thicken your hair. I think my hair is a little bit thick as it is, so I don't really know how useful this will be for me. But if I get a haircut and I start thinning my hair, then maybe this would be something I'll use. But anyway, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely check out the Forte hair dryer or any of their products. Honestly, they're pretty good hair products if you want some hair care tips. And obviously, if you don't know who Alex Costa is, check out some of his hairstyling tips. I think they're pretty good. There's tips I used to use. I don't use them anymore. Clearly, you can tell by my hair, but I think they're pretty useful if you want to try to style your hair. But that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.